I'm super excited to be filming this video. This is going to be a video all about products for those of you with olive skin tones. These are just a bunch of products and like different color schemes, I guess you could say, that I have found to work really well on myself and other individuals with olive skin tones. Now, real quick, I want to make a distinction. There are a few different categories of undertones that your skin could have. And that has really nothing to do with how light or dark your skin is, and it has everything to do with, I don't know how to describe it, it's an undertone. So generally speaking, if, you know, silver jewelry makes your skin tone pop, you have a more cool undertone. If gold jewelry is a little more flattering on your skin tone, then you have a warm undertone. If you find both make you glow equally, then you might have a neutral undertone. Olive it falls into the neutral category. There are other ways to figure out your undertone, by the way, but that's a whole separate video. This video is more for people who know that they're olive or think that they're olive. Now, if you, okay, like here are some signs that you might be olive. Let me start there. For me, I always thought I had a warm undertone because I see a lot of yellow in my skin, right? So that always made me think I had a warm undertone. But then, you know, I have blue hair, and blue is a cool, like blue is the definition of cool. And you know, like yellow orange, that's warm. So, you know, I'm like, okay, what's the deal? And like I try to wear warm colors and they make me look kind of sick, kind of sallow. Like I just don't look good in warm colors, right? But I don't see any pink in my skin. I only see yellow. Well, that's because pink and yellow are not the only two options. If you have a lot of yellow in your skin, but you try and wear warmer colors and they just don't look good, but then every time you put on like a blue based red or a teal, it looks great. And you're just like, what is the deal here? Like, why do I see all this yellow in my skin, but warm tones aren't actually flattering on me? Well, it might be because you actually have a green undertone, and, you know, blue and yellow make green, so that kind of is a neutral, right? So you really should be wearing neutral tones to complement your skin tone, not so much warm tones, even though the yellow is what you see. Now, all of this being said, when you're shopping for foundations, yellow undertones are more likely to, you know, work with your skin tone, because the alternative usually is like a peachy or red based foundation. So when you're shopping for makeup, when you're shopping for complexion makeup specifically, go for the products that are more like yellow golden. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a golden undertone, and like the yellow that you see shouldn't dictate you like how you purchase the rest of your color cosmetics. That's kind of like where I'm coming from in making this video. I don't feel like there's much education on it out there at all, and in 2018 I kind of like discovered that I had an olive undertone, and it changed everything for me. Like I stopped messing around with all of these colors that like don't look good on me. I stopped trying to make them work so hard because now I know which sorts of tones look good on me, and that is like so empowering. Which, by the way, if you like this look, I have a tutorial on it. I would say that these tones are going to look good on everybody with an olive skin tone, so I will have it linked down below and up in the cards for you guys. So that video is a tutorial showing you an application and just a cohesive look, whereas this video is going to be focusing on the different products that I like and the different color schemes that I enjoy for olive skin tones. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually an eyebrow product, and I mentioned this in my tutorial. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Granite. Now, most people with an olive skin tone, or I shouldn't say most, but if you have an olive skin tone leaning cool, then usually your eyebrows and hair are going to be an ashier brown or closer to a black. So if you see my eyebrows, they have no warmth in them, no red, no yellow. They don't even look brown. They just look a very, very dark gray. So based on that and the natural color of my hair, you can kind of tell that I am olive leaning cool. and that is the reason that blue hair flatters my skin tone, for example. Now, I don't have like a true cool undertone in the sense that like I can't really wear the same colors that somebody with a rosy undertone can wear. Like blue-based pinks don't really look amazing on me at all. I don't even really wear the color pink on myself, even when my hair is like my natural hair color. I don't find that pink is like super flattering on me to begin with. So that's like one example of how having a cool olive skin tone is different than having that cool rosy skin tone. This is a brow pencil from Inglot. It's 502 and it has that ashy gray tone. This was like the first brow product that I ever found that really worked for me. I mean, you can tell it has no warmth to it. So if you have that like really ashy tone to your hair, but you're not like, you don't have like black hair, then that's a really good product to try as well. And let me just swatch Granite for you. Granite actually is really, really dark, but I just use it with a light hand. So you can see how these two have a similar tone. The Inglot one is obviously lighter, and then Granite is obviously darker. So Granite I just tend to use with a lighter hand. Now I'm gonna move into like color cosmetics. There are pretty much two themes. Most of these colors are going to be neutral in terms of temperature. So like if you have like the warm to cool spectrum, most of the tones that I'm going to be showing you are going to be like close to the middle, because olive is close to the middle on that spectrum as well. And then a lot of the products are going to have a mauve undertone because mauves just work really, really well on olive skin tones. So I'm going to show you a couple of like true mauve lip colors that I love to wear. This one is the Matte Lip Crayon by Bite Beauty in the shade Glacé. It was a Sephora birthday gift in 2018. I'm wearing that right now with like a nude lipstick over top and a nude gloss. So I'm going to show you that gloss right now. This is Marc Jacobs Skin Deep. If your skin is leaning warm or you have more of a chocolatey brown hair, then you might be like a warmer olive. So this is going to pull gray on you. But if you're closer to my coloring with that ashier tone to your hair, then this probably will complement you. Then we have a longtime favorite of mine. This is Kat Von D Lolita. If you guys have any dupes for this, let me know, because I like don't want to support Kat Von D, to be honest. But
Hey everyone, Editing Sophie here. So sorry, my camera cut out. I am trying to get a new camera soon. But anyways, the Marc Jacobs lip gloss is the second swatch. So from left to right, it's the Bite Beauty Glacé and then Marc Jacobs Skin Deep Lip Gloss. Honestly, have no idea which is like what is the next swatch. If I figure it out, I will post it in the description box down below. And then all the way to the right is where I had just swatched the Kat Von D Lolita, which I'm still looking for a dupe for. Okay, thanks.
that's a nice like pinky mauve. So, you know, I have it. It's my favorite lipstick. It's one of my favorite lipsticks. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So then in that same theme, we have Hourglass Mood Exposure Ambient Lighting Blush. If you know me, if you've watched basically any of my videos, you know that this is probably like my favorite product of all time. So this is a neutral mauve blush. It's gorgeous. It's gonna look good on basically everybody, to be honest, not even just olive skin tones, basically everybody. I don't know if you can see that. They apply so much better than they swatch. I'm wearing it today. It has this like natural radiant finish on the skin. It is just beautiful. My hands are so dry, like they just do not look good right now. I'm sorry. Now moving into Mauve Based Eyeshadows. This is a little eyeshadow palette that I curated specifically for this video, and I think I'm gonna leave it like this because these are all the colors that look good on me. So at the bottom here, just the bottom row we're talking about for right now, and plus Urban Decay's Midnight Cowboy I'm adding. So I'm so weird. These tones are, for the most part, are going to be really flattering on olive skin tones. So you can see that even like the champagne shades, and like this one is more of a brown, they all have like a mauve undertone. Even this one, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is Glow Baby by Vanessa's Vanity. Anyway, I'm going to go through them and give you guys swatches. So this is Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. So you can see that this shade is definitely brightening on my skin tone. And it's more of a champagne. Like by itself in the pan, it kind of appears as like a champagne, but you can see it has a little bit of that mauve-y, really neutral undertone, which I love. And this is Nars Himalaya. It comes from their dual intensity range of shadows. I use this one in my kit a lot, and it's kind of like Midnight Cowboy, but much darker and a little bit more brown. But you can see how they are very similar in undertone. And I hope you're kind of seeing what I'm getting at in terms of the color family. Then this one is new to my collection, but I'm already obsessed. I have it on my eyes today as like a topper. This is Glow Baby by Vanessa's Vanity. Vanessa's Vanity is like hands down my favorite indie brand at the moment. Just the texture of the shadow is amazing, and for the price, it's like, it's just like unbelievable. And she has like a lot of really unique like colors and finishes, so I highly recommend checking her out. So this is Glow Baby, and this is a face highlighter. I haven't tried it on my face yet, but all of her highlighters can be used as eyeshadows as well. I mean, that's the case with pretty much any powder product. So that's that one right there. I can't really see myself using it on my face, but definitely on the eyes. So beautiful. And then this is a lilac color from NYX. I don't know if they still make it. I do have to say, out of all of them, this is gonna be like my least favorite, but it'll definitely work. Lilacs definitely have a similar effect on olive skin that mauve has. They tend to be flattering. But just be careful with something that's this dusty gray. It can make the eyes look a little bit tired. And then this one is also by Vanessa's Vanity. It's called Silent Mauve. It appears like super dusty lilac in the pan, but it actually has a little bit of pink to it. Oh my god, it is so buttery rich and pigmented. This NYX shadow doesn't even hold a candle to that one. I mean, wow. So good. I mean, for the price, you really cannot beat Vanessa's Vanity. I can't say that enough. And then this is more of a plum, but it's a great deepener shade to incorporate with like these other mauve tones. So this one is Aphrodite by Makeup Geek. That's a really nice deepener shade to go with the rest of these. Now the next color scheme is a Mauve Based Red. So I do have a blush and a lip product to show you for that. I suppose Lolita, like, I mean, this is like, it's I don't know how to describe this color, but this does have some red tones in it. But anyway, so this blush is Cola Pop by Clinique. And this is just a really pretty mauve-based red. On the skin, it does come off a little bit more of like a cherry red, so you do have to use it with a light hand. But as far as red blushes go, this is my favorite that I've tried. And then this I have in the mini size here, but I also picked it up in the regular size. This is Marc Jacobs lip gloss in Changes, and this is really, really cool. The base of it has like red and brown and mauve, and then it has like this pinky peach reflect to it, but also blue glitter in it. And like on top of being like such an interesting color, it's super, super flattering on the face. So these are my Mavi Reds. Now that I'm looking at this swatch, I don't apply this like this heavily, just FYI. And when I kind of mix it in with my bronzer, it goes really, really well with this Marc Jacobs lip gloss. And then I have 3 Makeup Geek eyeshadows. They are, this one is Mars. So that's Mars. And then this one is Bitten. This is like a classic Makeup Geek shadow. Although I don't know, like when you're watching this, like around this time, Makeup Geek is like revamping their entire eyeshadow line, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's okay. Like the purpose of this video isn't for you guys to like go out and buy products. It's for you to like know how to shop for the right colors for you. So that's Bitten right there. And then I have Cherry Cola, which is kind of like Bitten but much deeper. So this is Clinique Cola Pop. Cola is kind of like the theme with like this mauvey red. So this is Clinique Cola Pop. This is Marc Jacobs Lip Gloss in Cha-Cha Changes. This is Makeup Geek Shadow in Mars, Makeup Geek Shadow in Bitten, and Makeup Geek Shadow in Cherry Cola. And then my next color scheme is browns and beiges, aka neutrals. Now this is like where the term neutral gets a little bit confusing because you have neutral meaning like earth tone, like, you know, two complementary colors mixed together, like, you know, not a bright color. Neutral, and then you have neutral in temperature, so like on the color spectrum between cool and warm, you have neutral in that sense as well. So this top row, these are neutrals, if I may. So another example of neutrals is the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. You can kind of see how the top row in my palette that I created and the Milani Soft and Sultry palette over here, how they're really, really similar tones. So these are like neutrals leaning cool. I actually would say that all of these are neutrals leaning cool because that's like my undertone is olive leaning cool. So I'm not going to swatch the Milani palette. I do have a video on this. I do use it in the tutorial creating this look, but I also have a dedicated review, swatch, and demo of this palette specifically, so I will link that in the cards and down below for you guys, but just wanted to give that palette a little shout out. And then I am going to swatch this top row for you. So first we have Vanessa's Vanity Athena highlighter. Just wow, right? I mean, that is so beautiful. So you can tell that this is, it's pretty icy, it's neutral leaning cool, but it's not so cool that it looks like silver on the skin. So I use this both on the eyes and on the skin. I'm wearing it as my highlight today and as my inner corner highlight, which you'll see if you watch the tutorial. Something similar in tone actually is the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. So this is like a classic. Like I keep this in my kit. It's not quite as glowy as the Vanessa's Vanity one, but if you want a slightly more subdued option, then Mary Luminizer is fantastic. And actually, Mary Luminizer is slightly, way warmer now that I look at it. Wow, that's so funny. So if you're neutral leaning warm, you'll probably prefer Mary Luminizer over the Vanessa's Vanity in terms of shade. Then I have a couple of mattes, and I included this slightly warmer shade. This is Frappe by Makeup Geek. When you compare it to other warm colors, this is actually pretty neutral, but when you compare it to the rest of the colors in my palette, it looks pretty warm. But the reason I included it is because when you're working with a bunch of like cooler toned neutrals on the eyes, you do want to have a little bit of warmth in the crease just so the eyes don't look so tired. So it is good to include a neutral that's on the warmer side in your color palette. So that's Frappe by Makeup Geek. Then I also have Mocha by Makeup Geek. This is a really good outer corner deepener that is just like a great neutral brown. Like it's not like super orangey warm, but it's not like super ashy cool toned. It's just a great neutral brown. And then we have Blondie by Nars. This is on the cooler side, but it still has a little bit of yellow in it. So that's Blondie. And then this, like if you're a Vanessa's Vanity fan, you know what this is. This is Vintage Champagne. Everyone who tries this shadow loves it. I'm wearing it on my eyes today underneath Glow Baby. I mean, just look at that swatch. This is amazing. So buttery, creamy, soft. And then this one, depending on what you pair it with, could pull cool or warm. It's a really nice neutral bronzy champagne. Today I paired it with the Milani Soft and Sultry palette, which is slightly cooler, so it didn't take on too much of a warm tone, but I have paired it with like mustard shadows in the crease and stuff to make it more warm. So it really takes on the character of whatever tones you pair it with. So love that one. I guess I'll throw this one in, Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, because I love this product so much and it definitely is neutral and works on a wide range of skin tones. So, and it's really inexpensive. It's like $3. This is a really natural highlight. It's a little too deep for me. I don't know if it's even picking up on camera. It's like a natural sheen. Like I would even use this on brides with like a medium skin tone. It really gives like a really nice natural glow to the skin, and it is like a really neutral tone. So love that one as well. If you're leaning warm, it's just a lot easier for you to find products on the market that are going to work for you anyway. So that's kind of why in this video I did focus a little bit more on like neutral leaning cool, because I feel like most olive people who struggle to find products, that's their issue, is that they themselves are olive leaning cool and they need neutral leaning cool items in their collection. So you know, that kind of explains like the mauve and the sort of cool browns, but like still sort of neutral. Oh my god, I'm like totally rambling, but this is like what happens when I start talking about color. I get like really excited, and it's super nuanced, and it's just not like, it's a science, but it's not super straightforward, because like there are so many elements to a person. Like there's your hair color, your eye color, your lip color, the color that you naturally flush, and usually all of these things are going to coincide, but there are different nuances and stuff like that as a makeup artist or as a consumer shopping for yourself, it might be helpful to be aware of. So I hope all of this stuff was helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos about color theory and or more videos pertaining to olive skin tones. Make sure to check out the links down below to other videos that I mentioned and to my social media. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!